This was all part of the plan so that you guys understand. It's not just a show event, but this is really extremely tough to do. It's never been done as far as I know. And yeah, let's see how we do this time. Magnus, you ready?
Oh, at least it can't be any worse.
You never know. All right.
Let's start.
Yep.
Board 1, E4. Board 2, D4.
Understood.
Board 3, C4. Board 4, Knight F3. Board 5, G3.
Board 1, E5.
Board 1, Knight F3.
Board 2, Knight F6.
Board 2, C4.
Board 3, E6.
Board 3, G3.
Board 4, Knight F6.
Board 4, G3.
Board 5, E5.
Board 5, C4.
Board 1, Knight C6.
Board 1, Bishop B5.
Board 2, E6.
Board 2, Knight F3.
Board 3, Knight F6.
Board 3, Bishop G2.
Board 4, Knight C6.
Board 4, D4.
Board 5, Knight C6.
Board 5, Bishop G2. Can do that just when the moves come now.
Board 1, A6.
Board 1, Bishop A4.
Board 4, E6.
Board 4, Bishop G2.
Board 2, D5.
Board 2, Knight C3.
Board 4, Bishop E7.
Board 3, D6.
Board 4, castles.
Board 3, D6, David
Board 3,
6.
D6. Board 3, Knight F3.
Board 4, Castle.
Board 2, Bishop B4.
Board 5 was castle.
Board 4, Castle.
Board 4, castle.
Board 1, Knight to F6.
Board 5.
Board 4, C4.
Board 5, Bishop C5.
Board 5, Knight C3. Sorry, what did you say, Jan?
Board 1, Knight to F6.
Board 1, D3.
Board 2, Bishop to B4.
Board 2, C takes D5.
Board 4, D6.
Board 3, G6.
Board 4, Knight C3.
Board 2, Knight takes D5.
Did you say board 3?
G6, Gustav.
Uh-huh.
Board 5, Knight F6.
Board 3, castles.
Board 4, Knight D7.
Board 5 was Knight F6.
Yes.
Board 5, E3. Board 4 was...
Knight D7. FD7.
Uh-huh.
Board 1, Bishop to D6.
Board 5, that was board 4 you said?
Yes.
Board 4, E3.
Board 1, Bishop D6.
Board 1, C3.
Board 4, F5.
Board 3, Knight to C6.
Board 5, no, I mean board 4 was F5.
Yeah.
Board 4, D5.
Board 5, Castle.
Board 5, Knight G to E2.
Board 3, knight to c6.
Board 4, knight c to b8.
Board 4, knight to d4. Sorry, board 3 was
Knight to c6.
knight to c6. Okay.
Board 1, g7, g6.
Board 3, d4.
Board 4, a6.
Board 4, knight takes e6.
Board 3, bishop to g7.
Board 5, d6.
Board 3, d5. Sorry, board.
Board 5, d6. Board 4, queen e8.
Board 4, knight takes c7. Board 5 was a6. Board,
d6, David 6.
d6, okay. Board 5, castles.
Board 3, knight to b4. Berta.
Board 3, knight, queen to a4.
Board 4, queen d8.
Board 4, knight takes a8.
Board 2, knight takes d5. Board 1, g7, g6.
Board 4,
Board 2, bishop d2.
board 4, b6. Board 5, rook e8.
Board 4, b6.
b6 for bishop 6.
Yes.
Bishop 6.
Board 4, e4.
Board
Sorry, what did you say on board 1, Jan?
g7, g6.
Uh-huh.
Board 3, bishop to...
Board 1, castles.
Board 5 was rook e8. And board 4, bishop b7.
Board 5, a3. Bishop b7. Okay. Board 4, knight takes b6.
Board 3, bishop to d7. David.
Board 3, queen takes b4.
Board 4, queen takes b6.
Board 4, e takes f5.
Board 2, short castles.
Board 2, e4.
Board 1, short castles.
Board 1, bishop g5.
Board 5, bishop g4.
Board 5, b4.
Board 4, knight f6.
Board 4, rook e1.
Board 3, b6. Berta 6.
Board 3, queen b3.
b3?
Yes.
Which move did you say on board 4?
Rook e1.
Board 2, knight takes c3.
Board 2, b takes c3.
Board 1, h6.
Board 1, bishop takes h6.
Board 4, bishop d8.
Board 4, bishop e3.
Board 3, short castles.
Board 3, e4.
Bishop g4 is played on board 5.
Bishop g4, I played b4 long ago.
Board
Board
1,
4, queen c7.
Board 4, knight e4.
Board 1, knight takes e4. Espen 4.
Okay. Board 1, d takes e4.
Board 5, bishop takes e2.
Board 5, queen takes e2.
Board 4, knight takes e4.
Board 4, bishop takes e4.
Board 2, bishop to...
Sorry. Board, what did you say? Board 4 was knight takes e4?
Yes.
Board 4, bishop takes e4. Yeah.
Board 2, bishop to e7.
Board 5, bishop to b6. Board 4,
Board 2, bishop to d3. Sorry, what did you say?
board 5, bishop b6.
Yes. Board 5, f4.
Board 1, queen to f6.
Board 4, knight to d7.
Board 4 was knight to d7.
Yes.
Board 4, bishop d4.
Board 5, e takes f4.
Board 5, rook takes f4.
Board 3, queen to e8.
Board 4, knight
Board
f6.
3, queen to e8.
Board 3, queen to e8.
Board
d8,
3,
e8.
3, queen to c2.
Board 4, knight f6.
Board 4, bishop d3.
Board 2, Caesar 5.
Board 2, castles.
Board 5, a6.
Board 2, knight d7.
Board 2, e5. Sorry, what did you say this one?
Board 5, a6.
Board 5, bishop b2.
Board 4, queen f7.
Board 3, rook to b8.
Board 4, rook e6. Sorry, board
Board
3.
3, rook b8.
Board 3, rook to e1.
Board 2, knight to d7. Down to 1 minute on board 2.
I am?
Yes.
Sorry, that was on board
Board 2,
knight to...
knight to d7.
But he already played knight I played bishop d3. No, I played e5 long ago.
Board 1, queen to f6.
Board 1, bishop b3.
Board 4, knight e8.
Sorry, bishop Bertha 3.
b3, yeah. Sorry,
Board 4, knight e8.
board 4, queen to e2.
Board 3, queen to c8. Queen e8, c8.
Board 3, e5.
Board 5, d5.
d5?
Yes.
Board 5, cd5.
Board 1, bishop c5.
Board 1, bishop takes f8.
Board 4, knight c7. Board 5, knight takes d5.
Board 3, knight e8.
Sorry, board 4 was...
Knight c7.
Board 4, rook a to e1.
Board 3, knight e8.
Board 3, e takes d6.
What did you say on board 4, Magnus?
Rook to e1.
Board 1,
Rook
king
a to
takes
e1.
f8.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry?
Board 1, king takes f8.
Board 1, knight bd2.
Knight takes d5 is played on board
Board 2,
5.
f5.
Knight takes d5, board 5. Sorry?
Board 2, f5, f7, f5.
Board 2, ef6.
Board 4, knight takes e6.
Board 4, fe6.
Board 3, c takes d6.
Board 3, d takes e6.
Board 1, d7, d6.
Board 1, h4.
Board 2, knight takes f6.
Board 2, queen e2.
Board 4, queen e7.
Board 4, queen h5.
Board 2, bishop takes e6. Board 3, I'm sorry. Board 3, bishop takes e6.
Board 3, b3.
Board 1, bishop to g4.
Board 5, queen
Board
D7.
1, bishop to g4.
Yes.
Board 1, bishop to d5.
Board 5, queen D7. Board 4, H6.
Board 5, queen d7.
Yes.
Board 2, c takes d4.
Board 5, knight f6 check.
Board 4, it was H6.
Board 4, queen g6. Sorry, Jan.
Board
what-
2, c takes d4.
Board 2, cd4.
Board 1, rook to d8. David 8.
Board 1, b4.
Board 5, G takes F6.
Board 5, queen g4 check.
Board 3, knight to e8. Oh no, I'm sorry. What's your last move? h7, h6. Apologies.
That was board.
Board 3, h7, h6.
Board 3, bishop e2.
Board 5, queen takes G4.
Board 1,
Board 5, rook takes g4.
Board 1, bishop b6. Berta 6.
Board 1?
Yes.
Board 1, a4.
Board 4, rook F6.
Board 4, queen h7 check.
Board 5, king F8.
King f8?
Yes.
When did the rook move? Shit. Board 1, bishop takes f6.
Sorry, which board?
That meant board 5.
Board 1.
What did you say, Espen? Which board did you say king f8 on?
Board 5.
Board 5. Bishop takes f6.
Board 1, a5.
Board 1, b5.
Board 2, queen d6. Queen David 6.
Board 2, rook e1, fe1.
Board 4, king F8.
Board
Board 4, queen h8. That should be mate, I hope.
You have lost on time on board 2 and 3.
Excellent.
Good news is 27 seconds on board 1. Rook d7, board 1.
bc6.
Board 5, rook E6.
Rook e6.
Yes.
Board 5, rook f1.
Board 1, bc6.
Board 1, bishop c6.
Rook d8.
Bishop d5.
King g7.
Knight c4.
Board 5, bishop takes E3. You have 4 minutes left.
Board 5, de3.
Sorry.
c5, board 1.
Knight takes b6.
Board 5, rook takes E3.
Rook f8.
Knight c4. Sorry, rook takes e3.
Yes.
Rook g to f4.
Queen f4.
Rook b1.
Board 5, rook A, E8.
Board 5, bishop g5.
King h6, board 1.
Rook b6.
Rook d8.
Rook takes d6.
Knight, rook takes d6.
Knight takes d6.
King g7.
Knight f7.
Queen takes f7.
Bishop f7.
King takes f7.
Knight takes e5 check.
King f6.
Knight g4.
Board 5, rook 8, e6.
Board 5, rook f7 check.
King e6.
Queen d5.
Board 5, king e8.
King e7.
e5. Board 5, rook f8.
c4.
Board 5, king d7.
Queen d6. Sorry, what did you say?
Board 5, king d7.
Board 5, rook d1 check.
King f7.
Queen d7.
King g8.
e6.
Board 5, rook d6.
Board 5, rook d6 check.
g5.
Queen f7.
Board 5, c takes d6.
Board 5, bishop takes e3.
King h8.
Knight f6.
G takes h4.
Queen g8, mate.
Sorry.
Board 5, a5.
Board 5, b5.
Board 5, b6.
b6.
Yes.
Board 5, b takes c6.
Board 5, king c7.
Board 5, rook f7 check.
Board 5, king c8.
Board 5, bishop h3 check.
King b8.
c7 check.
King b7.
c8, mate.
Okay, Magnus, what is there to say? I don't know who won, actually, or who was last man standing.
Well, I gotta say, this wasn't perfect, but it went a lot better than the first time, anyway. So, apparently I lost a couple of games on time. That was, I have to say, partly due to the commentators not noticing that I had called out the move.
I do take most of the blame.
But anyway, I think this has to go down as an experiment. But we will all learn. So to be honest, board 3 was the most difficult for me because I mean I had no freaking idea what the position was there. So
I'm not sure if this was strategy, but all these moves, queen e8 and queen c8, like it must have been impossible to keep track.
it's like, I mean, at least I was sure that I developed my knight on c3. So I sort of knew, like there was some e6, d6, then knight b4. I played queen a4, just hoping he hadn't castled. But no, that just goes to show that when the moves are not sort of expected, then it can get really difficult. So actually on board 2, which was by far the most normal game, it's very from many.
Was on board claim 8 before.
I suspected that, but and then of course I thought I was mating on board 5, but then I missed a little rook move. But fortunately, I had some material to spare there. So, and on board 4, yeah, I wouldn't say I quite knew the position, but I knew the main. I knew sort of knew, so I knew where all of his pieces were, except maybe one all the time, and then I knew where mine were, so that was all right.
So how much time?
Well, actually, I've done 3 games before. 4 games, that was easier because there was one guy calling out all the moves, so there wasn't like one move coming from here and then another move from the other side. But this was...
So what's your suggestions for next time? The problem is if it's one guy, you're going to lose a lot of time with him moving around, and if it's 5 guys, it's going to be very distracting with all the voices.
Yeah,
right?
I think I just need a little bit more time, probably. That's it. So, and players need to think harder about their moves. One point is to make more understandable moves. Give me a little bit more time because I need. Apparently, I needed the breathing space. But as I said, I hope it was a fun experiment, and we're all trying to learn.
One last question. Speaking of more time, you're headed to the World Rapid and Blitz Championships after this one to defend your titles. Did you train for that, or is this a training for that? What's your ambitions there?
Well, we used to have this tournament in Monaco where there was blindfold and rapid chess, and we'd play blindfold early in the day, and then rapid chess in the evening. It was always so nice, so relaxing to play rapid after having played blindfold. So now anything that comes my way in Berlin will be easy, and just playing one person, playing with increment, seeing it will all be nice and easy.
Best of luck there, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
So one of the opponents he wants to comment something. I don't know what it is, but anyhow, Mark Professor.
Just want to say thank you very much on behalf of all the players here, because I know it's been a privilege for all of us. It's my 3rd time, each one equally frightening, but it's fantastic to play a living legend. And we also want to thank Simonsen for giving us the opportunity and for organising such a fantastic event. So thank you very, very much.
Okay, and thank you to all of you guys for the courage, and thank you to Magnus for taking this challenge, which was never tried before. Next year in Washington, we will find up something new, together with Magnus. See you all. Thank you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it.